I got my Sterling Ink Common Planner. Let's open it together. For the past few months, the Instagrams and YouTube been abuzz about Sterling Ink's Common Planner, and I've been having major FOMO, and I decided to get one. And I actually waited till they offered one without the gilded edge. It's just a regular white edge because all my things are kind of on the silver side, and I was also worried about scratching the golden edge, so I waited till they came out with an undated version, and that is what I got. The reason I decided to pick an undated version is because I knew that I will not be ordering in time for New Year. Also, I wasn't sure yet how I will be using this planner, so I decided to add a little bit more of flexibility to this planner that is known for its flexibility of undated daily pages. So I decided just to get the whole thing undated. So let's open it. So it came in this beautiful packaging. It's this thin carton box with Sterling Ink embossed on it. Really pretty. I think I've seen it in the videos, but still when it arrived, I was like, oh my god, it's in the box. I was so pleasantly surprised. It's really pretty, so if you wanna get one for a gift, definitely. So let's open it up. Alright, so inside, I think that is for reinforcement. And inside there is this little, it's like it's a thank you card with their website and their social media, but I think you can also use it as a journal card, right? Because it's so cute on this side. And of course the planner itself. Let me take the packaging. So I got it in black because I love black. I have a lot of my planners, and especially bigger, thicker books are all in black. So as you can see, it has a Common Planner on the bottom, and I believe it comes from Commonplace book that has been, I think, for past 100 to 100 years, I think, and basically was kind of like a notebook that a person would carry with themselves and just take notes about their daily lives, their thoughts, their quotes, their to-do list. It was commonplace, right? So anything you kind of had in your head, you would put in there. So the Common Planner, I believe, was created like as a combination of a Commonplace book and also a planner. And this one is in this black leatherette. I love that it's textured but not shiny. Really pretty. And I don't have it yet. I didn't order it right away, but I just ordered recently a clear cover on cover for this one to protect it. And the cover that I will be using with this book is more term zip around. I have asked my husband to gift it to me, so I don't have it yet, but as soon as I get it, I'll share it with you. So the Common Planner here is embossed in gold, also on the back, and designed by Sterling Ink. And I got the full year version, so it's undated by the full year. I believe there are also like avec versions, which are 6 months at a time. So then if you're not into like really big bulky planner, you can just have a half a year, and then you can paste ephemera into it, and as it grows, it still will be in a manageable size. As I mentioned, I decided to get the white edge one just because, as I mentioned, a lot of my things are kind of on the silver side, and I'm always worried about the gilded pages on any book, because I'm always worried that I'll like scratch them with my nail or with the pen, or if I want to put like a bookmarker, that I'll scratch them somehow, and I want them to be perfect. So I decided to just get the white one so I don't have to worry about it and really make it, you know, common planner. All right, let's open it. So it's clear here. In some of the videos, I've heard that they were saying the cover was not really sturdy. Mine is, so I don't know if it's because mine is a slightly later version than the original ones. Feels to me just like any notebook would. And again, Common Planner here. So this one is made out of Tomoe River paper, and I believe it's the new version of Tomoe River paper. And it has a tiniest of a grid. I believe it's a 0.3 or 3 millimeter. And that was one of the things that really attracted me to Common Planner, and also to like books like Hobonichi Techo, because they do have grid in them, and I love grid. It just brings such an order to my mind, and give structure to my day and to my page. I love that it does have a grid, but it's very light. So when you look at it this way, you think it's pretty dark, but it's because there is a page behind it with a grid. But if you lift up the page, you see it's pretty light. All right, so continuing, as you can see, there are basically a couple of notes pages. I imagine it's so you can kind of brainstorm what your planner is going to be about, or you can maybe use it as like an annual checklist maybe, or you can use it to decorate as a like pretty introduction to your planner. It gives you structure for what you need, but also a lot of free empty spaces for you to decide what you want your planner to be. All right, so moving on. All right, so this is goal breakdown spread. One of the reasons I did get this planner is because I want to really structure my goals for this year. For the past couple of years, as we all know, the world been kind of crazy, and I kind of gave up on structured goals. I used to be really all about, planning out my quarters and days and weeks and all that. And I kind of just decided to free flow last a couple of years, but I want to get back and to pursue some concrete goals this year. And that's what really attracted me about this planner, her goal, kind of like a guiding you through goal design. So in this particular spread, you have your goal breakdown. So you have this column here where you can write out your goals, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subsections. I know they're very light, but and I actually like that they're not like really severe, the color of the lines. And then every goal, whenever you plan the goals out, we usually go for big goals, right? Kind of like we have that dream, and it's usually so big that sometimes we feel it's unachievable because it's just so big and unsurmountable. And in this planner, it is being broken down into manageable chunks. First you say, what is that I want someday? And then in 1 year, half year, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily. So then you can grab this big goal of yours and break it down and decide, what do I need to do daily, weekly, monthly, and so on to make it come true. So then it's in a very small, tiny tasks, and it doesn't feel so overwhelming. And someday I'm sure you can put 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever you want. Some goal setting systems tell you 5 years, 3 years, 1 year. I like it the way this is. I think this is really cool, because really big goals, whenever they tell you, what do you want to have in 3 years, I'm like, I don't know. Because 3 years can be very long and very short at the same time. If your 3 years were like last 3 years, we all know how that would have worked out. So that kind of someday gives you room to dream without being immediately stressed out by, oh, you have to achieve that, that many years. So I like that. So then you have blank pages after that, and they are gridded out in vertical columns. So again, room for whatever you want it to be. This one is subdivided in 3 long columns here, and then 3 long columns here, and so on. So I think what this is, and you probably already know that, and I've forgotten from previous videos that I've watched, is that these are your quarters of the year, right? So you have the overall kind of like a goal list here, right? You have your someday, year, and quarterly, and all that. And then after that, you have your quarterly breakdowns. You have an empty page here, so you can write out, this is what I would like to achieve in the next quarter. And here you have column per each month of that quarter. So let's say, because right now is end of March, so I'll be starting with April, so it'll be April, May, June, right? Then again, I'm going to the following quarter, what I would like to achieve in that quarter. And here's your July, August, September, and then again the following quarter, and on, so you understand. So that's really neat. And again, I like how it gives you slight structure without being a demanding structure, right? It doesn't tell you, oh, this is the quarterly plan, or this is June, July, August, or this is Q1, Q2, Q3. You can decide whatever you want it to be. And of course, this particular planner is undated, so it's even more flexible than the usual ones, right? But here, because there are no Q1, Q2 even delineated, I can start my quarter in the middle of the quarter, right? If I ended up getting this planner, for example, in May, I can start it in May. It doesn't have to be, July, August, and so on. All right, so now there are monthly views here. Let me bring it closer so you can see, because the lining is very light and friendly, as I said. So you can see that this is just a month, the squares for the month, and each of them gives you 5 weeks. So because again this is undated, I can start with whichever month, and of course I will need to write out all the dates and the name of what the month is, and mark out what it is on the regular calendar. And because this is a full year book, there are 12 of them here, I imagine. All right. So then next one is a weekly view. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and there is hourly view for each, from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m., which is excellent. There are some planners that will have, like 6 to 10 or 6 to 8. I'm a night owl. I am definitely doing things all the way till midnight. Might not get up all the way at 6, but definitely get up at 7 for my job. And then I am staying up for my personal side things all the way till midnight. So I appreciate that there is a timestamps here all the way till that time. And of course there is plenty of empty space here to make notes on the margins of like the goals for the week. And then on the top, write out what date it is or what day of the week. So you can start with Monday, you can do it Sunday start, whichever one works for you. So then of course we have a few more of these. Let me see, I think they're probably going to be all weeklies together. Yes. So it looks like all the weekly views for the year can be together. And I like that design because it compartmentalizes your sections. Your monthlies are separate, your weeklies are separate, so you can put little tabs, or you can use the metal clips, the page markers, page flags to demarcate where your section starts. So then this way you don't have to keep on going back and forth, monthly, weekly, daily, all that. You have all your monthly together, all your weekly together. And then when the weeklies end, which I imagine will be 52 here, then your dailies start, I believe. Yes, so here are the dailies. So the beauty of the dailies are they are numbered, as you can see, 1 here, 3, and so on. So the numeration starts from the first spread of the daily, but they are not dated. So this is for people like me who feel pressured to fill out every page in the dated planner and feel unaccomplished if we didn't, or we're like getting behind or guilty for leaving an empty page. This one you can write in here when you want to write. And if you have nothing to say about the day, or the day was, just kind of nightmare and you just don't want to have any memory of it at all, or you just didn't have any plans for it and you want to chill and do nothing, you can just not fill it in. So the beauty of having them numbered, you can index them up in front, so then you can find the day easily in the future. But otherwise they are literally blank slate, but they are graphed with the graph paper, which is, I love that, because of course if you want to use it like a bullet journal, right, you can draw out whatever spreads you want on it. You can freehand write on it. You can decorate it. You can create trackers on here. You can do little graphs of your mood or your use of time. You can doodle. It's basically do whatever you need. And I also noticed, and it's very useful, there are tiniest of marks right here, which is middle of the page, and also here. So then if you want to have your page this way, or you want to have your page this way, for example, you do want to journal daily, but you only use up half a page usually. You can divide it in half and use it for one day, and then use that for the next day. Or whatever, you want to write a recipe, you want to post a picture here, and write ingredients on the bottom, whatever your little heart desire, right? So it's I like that it has these little tools to show you where the middle of the page is vertically and horizontally. And basically this is the rest of your planner, and that's why it's called Common Planner rather than a book. It has a planner in the front, commonplace book in the back. You are free to write what you need. There are enough pages here for the whole year if you've been filling out your daily pages every day without, fail. But if you don't, then you have even more pages for other things. You can use this, to be honest with you, as a study book, right? You can write out your study plans in the front and keep track of your classes and your homework in your dailies over here, and then use the rest of the book for your class notes, for your homework, for whatever you need to be. You want it to use as a journal. You can use your quarterly to plan out your goals of how you want to take care of yourself, what your goals for, self-care, things like that. And then in daily ones, you can demarcate when you're going to do your meditation, how long you've done it, if you did yoga, things like that, and then write your thoughts and notes in the back. You can use it, of course, as a regular planner, and in the empty pages you can plan out your days bullet journal style, or you can even paste some things, for even more structure. You can use it as your budgeting, your money management book. You can track your bills in here and use these pages to draw out your spending, your savings trackers, things like that, or also make notes on how you're progressing, different ideas you have for paying off your debts, or find good deals, and make notes on what stores have sales when. Do your shopping list, things like that. I mean, you can use it for so many things, and that's what I love about it. In my previous video, when I was talking about traveler's notebooks and how I like their flexibility, and that was the reason why I got into the world of traveler's notebooks back in the day, like 10 years ago, I want to say, was because pre-structured planners were great when you don't want to do this every day, draw up and whatever, but at the same time they're pretty restrictive because that's all they are. You have to write out things and paste things over them to make them your own, and I was looking for something that was very flexible. I really like this because this is a perfect combination of flexibility but also of structure, and because I also got Undated one, it's even more flexibility with the structure because it gives me freedom to use it when I need to, rather than me being tied to the dates. I can literally use this one for next 2 years if I wanted to. If there are months when I know that I will not be doing anything with whatever this planner will be for, I can skip them and use it for the following month or following quarter and things like that. So what do I want to use this planner for? I've been thinking about a couple things. Actually, 3 things are on my mind. I want to get back into budgeting to pay down my debts and save money for the projects and things that I like. I also been thinking to use this for my writing. I'm getting back into writing books again, and so I was thinking maybe I can use the structure part to outline the things that I want to do, how many pages I want to write out, what chapters, and what my deadline for the book is, and then on the rest of the pages use them for brainstorming, writing out thoughts, writing out scenes and things like that. So I can use that, or you can use it as your writing journal. Another thing was I've been thinking to reopen my Etsy shop again for my printables. I used to have a Etsy shop for printables and stickers like a while ago that I've closed down because of life, and I've been really thinking of reviving it again and bringing it back and creating more products for it. And I might use this to plan out my releases, sketch out the layouts of printables that I want, write down the ideas that I get. I can also use it for my YouTube channel, for this very channel, to plan out what videos I'm gonna do when, the ideas. I can use this to plan out when will I be recording, when will I be editing, when I'll be posting. If I have any kind of collabs or meetings, I can put them in here. And in the dailies, I can use them again to sketch out things, to write down ideas, write down the scripts, maybe kind of like a bullet points of ideas I want to cover in certain videos and so on. So many ways you can use this, especially when it's flexible like this. You can think about it as a project management planner, right? Because it gives you flexibility of having your calendar side where you can plan things out in a structured way. And then it gives you, in most of the book, is where your free space to jot down things, to brainstorm things, to write notes from the meetings you have, or the ideas just pop into your head. I think it's all around a great creation. I like the quality of it. I like the size of it. It's a B6 size. I only have one B6 book in my collection so far, which is just a blank book from the Note Cafe. And this one is a beautiful thing. It has a lot of pages, so then I don't have to worry running out of space. It will definitely last me a year for whatever project I decide to use it for. If I decide to use it just for life, if I decide to use it for a specific ongoing project like my YouTube channel, my sticker shop, my book writing, it will work for any of them, and I'm sure it will work for you for whatever goals you have. So I hope you enjoyed my review of Common Planner. If you like this kind of videos, please like, please subscribe, and I would love to see you in the next video. And until then, you take care. Bye.